AI image boom feels like magic. Type a few words, get a stunning image. Pay almost nothing. But property managers should ask, what happens when the real bill arrives? Many AI services are fighting for market share.
Access can feel unlimited, and companies building on those APIs may believe today's costs are permanent. They may not be.
I'm Chris with ReSci-Hub AI, and property management is not a toy use case. We use AI for maintenance workflows, photo-based estimates, contractor communication, tenant experiences, and operational intelligence.
If the foundation gets more expensive overnight, a simple wrapper becomes a liability.
That is why ReSci-Hub AI is being built differently. The next AI winners will not be the loudest wrappers. They will be systems built for resilience, privacy, cost control, and real operational value.
So property managers are not trapped when subsidy-driven pricing fades. The next AI winners will not be the loudest wrapper.
That is why I joined NVIDIA's Inception program and have Nemo Claw running in my own setup. ReSci-Hub AI is designed to onboard technologies like this as they mature, so property managers are not trapped when subsidy-driven pricing fades.
It is building an efficient, adaptable AI-first platform that keeps working as the market changes. NVIDIA's next-generation Rubin platform is being positioned around major inference efficiency gains, with claims of up to 10 times higher inference throughput per watt compared to Blackwell. More efficient inference can make AI agents more sustainable, private, and practical for always-on business operations.
Think about the last time you handled a property nightmare. A leaking pipe, an expensive turnover, a major renovation. You didn't need an AI lecturing you.
Here's the answer. Instead of one AI trying to juggle everything, ResiHub uses what they call a swarm of specialized agents. Each one has its own specific job, its own personality, and they all work together. It's really less like some giant supercomputer and way more like a super efficient project team.
Okay, so here's the game plan. We're gonna break down the 6 core ideas that make this whole thing tick. We'll cover why it's not another chatbot, we'll meet the AI crew, see how it's fact-checked, not fantastical, look at how it's fixing a broken business, understand how it's a system that evolves, and wrap it all up with the Swamp Tech blueprint.
All right, first up, the biggest issue with those single giant AIs, they have a tendency to just make stuff up, what we call hallucinations. Plus, they've got zero personality, which is why a lot of people are getting pretty wary of this cold corporate AI. ResiHub was basically built from the ground up to solve those 2 exact problems. And that brings us to pillar number 1, the multi-agent architecture. So instead of one AI, you're actually talking to a team of 6 different specialists. By splitting up the work, you always have the right expert on the right task. And they've each got this surprising dose of Louisiana soul. So let's meet them.
First up, this is Resi. She's the honey badger handy woman and she's your main guide. She walks you through everything with this really warm, friendly vibe. Kind of think of her as the face of the platform, making even complex stuff feel like a simple chat.
And then we've got Charles. He's the meticulous Catahoula dog inspector. His whole world revolves around safety and compliance. So anytime you've got a question about building codes or project safety, Charles is your guy. He gives you the verified, no-nonsense answer every time.
Next is Becky, the alligator operations manager. She's the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. Becky's job is to monitor the health of the entire platform, coordinate tasks between all the other agents, and just make sure everything is running smoothly. And this is Tally, the turtle financial narrator. He's all about the money, calculating the ROI on a repair, tracking expenses, and even telling the story of how much you're saving. He really does turn raw numbers into a clear narrative.
Okay, now meet Hawk, the integration engineer. He's the tech guru who manages all the back-end automation. He's the one building the workflows that connect different systems and making sure all the APIs are talking to each other. Basically, he handles all the heavy lifting on the digital side.
And last but not least, meet Spike. He's the jazz porcupine and the platform's creative director. Spike is the mastermind behind the whole swamp tech look and feel, making sure all this technology has some real soul and personality.
Okay, so you've got this whole diverse crew, but how does the platform actually avoid making things up? Well, that brings us to the second pillar, an architecture that's literally built for trust. And this is where Charles, our compliance gatekeeper, really gets to shine. The whole system works kind of like a high-security library.
When you ask a question, Charles doesn't just, think up an answer. Nope. He runs a semantic search across a massive database of over 40,000 building codes. Then, he cross-references all those results to check for safety flags and other dependencies. Only after all that does he deliver a verified, totally hallucination-free answer. There's this quote from the source material that just sums it all up perfectly. We're not guessing anymore, we're caching reality. See, instead of creative generation, this whole platform is built on factual retrieval. It's designed to give you answers based on a verified reality, which, in situations where safety is critical, is an absolute game changer.
ResiHub's innovation isn't just on the tech side, though. It's also economic. The third pillar is a direct shot at the, pretty extractive business models that have been dominating the home services industry for years.
Just look at this comparison. The old way? Contractors have to shell out anywhere from $40 to $60 for every single lead. That cuts deep into their profits. ResiHub just throws that whole model out the window. Instead, contractors pay a flat monthly subscription and they get to keep 100% of what they earn. Simple as that. And the impact of this is, it's transformative. For just one skilled professional, this shift could mean saving up to $48,000 a year. Let that sink in. This isn't just about making things a little more efficient, it's about putting serious money back into the pockets of the people who are actually doing the work. All right, pillar number 4 might be the most mind-bending of them all. ResiHub is designed to be more than just a piece of software that gets updates now and then. It's engineered to be a self-evolving organism that learns and improves all on its own. The best way to think about it is like a super high-functioning ant colony. This isn't about one big brain trying to figure everything out. It's about a swarm of specialists, each doing their part autonomously, to make sure the entire system doesn't just survive, but actually thrives. And here's how that works in the real world. So, step 1. Becky, the ops manager, might detect an anomaly, say a drop in transaction rates. Then, Hawk, the engineer, autonomously researches real-world solutions for that problem. Next, Tally jumps in to validate that the fix actually has a solid financial return. And if it passes all those checks, Hawk automatically implements the fix. The system literally teaches itself how to get better. It's pretty wild. So you have all this incredible tech. How do you tie it all together so it feels, human? That's where the 5th and final pillar comes in. A really unique, story-driven aesthetic they call swamp tech, which is all curated by our friend Spike the porcupine. Yeah, this is not your typical boring software interface. The design uses this specific color palette with names like Lily Copper, Firefly Gold, and Deep Bio. It uses these warm, handwritten fonts for headlines to feel more personal, and it's filled with these amazing, stylized illustrations of the AI crew, and even has subtle effects like little floating fireflies. It really creates this immersive habitat. And this is where it all comes together. Instead of some generic dashboard, users get to navigate what's called the LilyPad neighborhood. This is the visual home for the whole AI crew, where all 5 pillars, the specialized agents, the fact-check data, the fair business model, and the self-evolving system all converge into one cohesive, human-centric experience. Which really leaves us with one big question. In a world where trust and accuracy are becoming everything, especially in critical industries, could this be a new blueprint for how we apply AI in the real world?
Properties' hidden advantages with AI agents through ResiHub.
Coordinate, optimize, and run smoothly with Becky. From maintenance requests to contractor dispatch, Becky handles it all.
Our most profitable solution is right here at ResiHubAI.com. Visit us today.